Hello guys, today we'll be going over the burning question. Everybody knows that Overwatch, because it's memed to death, that is a quote unquote dead game. Even though there are games that are far more dead than Overwatch, i.e. Among Us, i.e. a lot of really old games, because Overwatch is a 5-year-old game. Again, if you compare it to a games like Halo and TF2, Call of Duty, not really many people really talk really good way about Overwatch. And today we're talking about how can we fix the game's reputation. Number one is that a lot of people think of Overwatch, and this is a pretty sad thing, is the P word. We all know what we're talking about. Everybody just thinks, oh yeah, dirty videos online. Come on, guys, okay? It's an actual game, not just okay. And again, other franchises are prominent in this as well, i.e., a certain video played in the Italian Senate. But now we're talking about how to actually fix the game. Okay, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about certain characters that they have to change to really make the game more enjoyable. So, first is to fix the character of May. Okay, we all know May is a complete garbage character. I know there's some people who think May is like the greatest character in the game, but May is actually a very bad character in the game. Okay, first of all, May, we're gonna talk about May, is that she should be in the tank category. And many people have talked about May being in the tank category before. And there's one other character I think this being the tank category is pretty obvious. And we'll get to that character later. A certain character that really nobody plays. But the problem with May is that, she's too fragile. If you, for example, May only has like 200 health. Okay, I get a lot of DPS characters at 200 health, but for a character like May, that acts more like a tank than a DPS character, and I think they were, I wouldn't be surprised they were planning to make May a DPS character. And number two is May loves armor, so and instead of just giving her more health, standard health, they should just give her more armor to match like 350 or 400. Okay, which would make a lot more sense because he basically wears like some armor or some like big puffy, like some armor suits he always wears. So, why isn't she a tank? She has tank abilities. Okay, you know, she can basically heal herself with the ice thing and she can create walls. Okay, which is no different than Reinhardt's shield or no different than Alyssa's thing, and no different than Winston's thing. But that's one thing. The other character I think this be a tank is Bastion. I think this is a pretty obvious character. Bastion originally had seals in the original build of the game. I think Bastion should be a defensive wall tank. A character that is basically an easy tank to play for people who want to get into tanks. Number one is give Bastion more health. Bastion I think already has like 300 health. Let's give him like 400 more armor or something, or seals, and bring back his seals. Like give him like 200 sealed or something. You don't have to really give him any more health. And basically, you don't really have to change Bastion's gameplay. And there's a lot of characters whose gameplay is already perfect and don't really have to be changed. For example, Junkrat will not need a rework. Like if you think Junkrat needs a rework, like really, what planet are you living on? But Bastion, all we really need to do is just give him more sealed and more, those are the two characters that should be in the tank category. I think those are obvious. I can't really think of any more characters that could be in the healing category because, again, unless you want to put Sword in 36, that's because he can put a force field down. But he's mostly a DPS character. He's not going to be a healer character. Okay. Now let's just fix that's bad characters. Okay. We already talked about May and Bastion. Now let's talk about, of course, Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is just a bad character overall. I think that's doing more. I think the problem with Wrecking Ball is that Wrecking Ball is basically too melee focused. Okay, Wrecking Ball has free attack, free things. Okay, you give him seals, his hook thing, and he can slam down on the ground Okay, I think that's to do more damage. Okay, it's always basically a mind thing, but I think it should not change. Okay, see if he's his character's name's Wrecking Ball, you won't have to change the thing that he. But let's make Wrecking Ball deal more damage so he can be an actual threat to people. Okay, I know some like pro players play Wrecking Ball or something, but Wrecking Ball doesn't really do a lot of damage. In terms of tanks, I think Wrecking Ball is the worst tank in the entire game because he doesn't do a lot of damage. I know a lot of tanks don't do a lot of damage, but you know, if you talk about pure DPS, even Diva does more damage than, of course, Wrecking Ball, and that's just hilarious to say at least. Or Reinhardt, which is a purely melee tank. I'm gonna talk about characters that don't have to change. One, before we get to other characters that have to change. Reinhardt does not have to change at all. You don't have to change Reinhardt at all. Once you get to add more abilities to the game, what they are doing in Overwatch 2, we're not going to even mention Overwatch 2, barely at all. But Reinhardt does not need to change. Okay. Another character that doesn't need to be changed is Tracer. Maybe give her more health, like the same health as Widowmaker, because she's the only character with 150 health. Maybe give her 175 health to match Widowmaker's health would make more sense. But other than that, Tracer doesn't really need to be changed. There's no real change Tracer needs to be changed, okay? Another character doesn't have to change, I think it's Soldier 76. Soldier 76 doesn't have to change at all. Okay, maybe add some like buffs to a buff, like a small buff or nerf. But he's another character that doesn't have to change, okay? Soldier doesn't have to change, okay? Another character I think doesn't really, yeah, Reinhardt, Soldier, Mercy, quit. Why did they get rid of her old orb? I think the reason why they get rid of her old orb is because it was just how overpowered it is. It is. Okay. But Mercy doesn't need to change at all. Yeah, everybody hates the skin for some reason, Siva. But Mercy doesn't need to be changed. At all. Another character I think needs to be changed is Biggie. I know a lot of people like hate Biggie and despise her. But she's another character that really needs to be changed. One, if they got rid of her whole armor thing. Okay? Why did they get rid of that? It is one of the stupidest changes they ever had to a character. Okay? Okay? And some of the attacks it could have reduced the cooldown on. For example, some of the attacks could have reduced cooldown down, but I'm not gonna go into specifics of that. But what the type of playing we work to. Let's bring back the whole, you know, or let's make it add like, you know, bring back the whole armor thing. It's supposed to be an armor pack. Of course, it can heal, but make it have more than just 3. Make it have like 5 or 6 because there's a whole. Because if you're the only healer, you can only heal 3 people. Okay, and if your team's after being wrecked, you should be able to heal your whole team as Biggie. I don't know, again. People like, but that's too overpowered. But, bruh, she's supposed to be healer, not a DPS. Okay, and of course, make a DPS quality is a bit lower. But again, if you're playing as a sniper, Brigitte shouldn't really be a problem or a long range character. I think making long range characters, I think, should be the primary counter to melee characters like Brigitte and Reinhardt. I think that should be the easiest thing ever. Okay, and of course, other close range characters. There's another, yeah, Reaper doesn't have to change. I don't think you really have to change Reaper. Okay. Junkrat's another one, Roadhog. All like the really simple characters. You don't have to change Roadhog. You don't have to change Junkrat either. Or Lucio. A lot of characters are as fine as it is, but they keep changing like Diva. Well, Diva is another character that has, for some reason, keep making Diva worse. Nobody knows why, but they keep making Diva worse. Like, they keep changing the cooldown to the seals. I think that her original shield, I know it was overpowered, but it was at least much better than it was now. Oh, she could use a shield for like 2 seconds, and that's it. Okay. And the original cooldown for Diva's shield was 10 seconds. I think Diva's cannon should be buffed. I think that should be obvious. Yes. Another character Symmetra's a strange card. I don't think nobody any buffs that you make it. I don't think people are gonna play as Symmetra. So Symmetra, okay. Let the two people who still play Symmetra play Symmetra. Okay, it's just that hard. Not that hard. It's maybe make a teleporter go longer. Don't have like a limit. Maybe give them more turrets. But I think doing that would just make it overpowered. But again, like the two people who play Symmetra will be like happy. I don't think you're gonna really make it. And I don't want I want the character to and then one thing I think is let's make the character like besides some of the absolute reworks with some characters like Bastion and May. So again, to some of the least played characters in the entire game. And of course bringing back removed features that made no sense like removing Bagheet's whole thing. Make the game more balanced. Like characters that are a bit overpowered at this moment. Balance them, like for example, make a man like for example, let's compare this game to Smash Bros. Ultimate. Okay? Smash Bros. Ultimate, despite having 80 plus characters, is more balanced than Overwatch. Okay? And there are other games that are very unbalanced that are of course very popular, like Melee. Okay? Okay, I'm comparing this game to Melee, but Melee is pretty unbalanced. But again, Melee came out before patches. Okay? Or Halo 4 is another really unbalanced game. Before, of course, patches. It is. I think making thus the game more balanced, I think is what would fix the game. I think people are gonna come flocking back. And another problem with Overwatch's reputation is all the controversies over the game. We know all the controversies. The first controversy was the Tracer controversy. We all know that controversy. Where everybody's saying, "Oh my God, they got rid of the Tracer pose for Twitter." Okay, Overwatch, of course, has been in a lot of controversies. And with esports, again, it's the funny, Smash Bros. We compare Overwatch to Smash Bros. Again, I don't give a shit about esports controversies. That's esports controversies, for example. For example, the whole Blitz song. It's esports garbage. I don't fucking give a shit about esports garbage because I don't watch esports. I play games for fun, okay? Same thing with the whole Smash Bros. Players being all pedophiles, okay? It's the same fucking thing, okay? There's always going to be controversies of anything, okay? Controversies never going to go away because that's a net. Because controversies surrounding people is always going to exist. And Twitter just accelerates. I think that's Twitter problems. Okay? So, but the main problem with Overwatch, I think, is the Overwatch League. Okay? The main problem with the game is the Overwatch League. Okay? They basically throw off cats. Okay? That how to kill a player base really quickly is to piss off the casual fan base, which is something that Smash 4 did with Bayonetta. Okay, killing off the casual player base. Okay, they keep making changes to make the game super competitive. Casual players are not gonna want to play. Casual players are not gonna want to play a game that's super duper competitive. Okay. Like, for example, even a game like Melee can still be played fun casually. You don't have to go through the intricacies of it. And I think we can compare Overwatch to Smash Bros. Overwatch, every character is usable. Every character can be played casually. Of course, competitively, that's why there's like tier lists for a reason. And of course, with a game that receives updates, there's going to be characters that are going to fall down the tier list and going to go up the tier list. Because, as of course more hours of the game goes down, it's going to happen basically already. So I think what they should do is, first of all, listen to the community. First of all is listen to the community. Okay? Once again, that's one of the big problems of Overwatch. They don't really listen to the community. Like, yeah, if someone asks like a Donkey Kong skin, they're not gonna do that because of licensing issues. But like actual genuine changes that people ask for in the game, they should just do it. Okay, especially from the casual audience, not the Overwatch League. Okay, actual the most of the, like 90% of the people who play Overwatch are casual players. I don't know why the developers can't get this through the thick heads. Okay, 90% of Overwatch players are casual players. For example, I don't like playing, like for example, those characters I don't like playing. Okay, like I don't like playing as Genji because Genji's too hard for me. Okay, Genji's too difficult. Okay, that's my opinion. Of course, there's lots of people who love Genji, who love playing as Genji, but I don't really like playing as Genji because Genji's too difficult. Okay, and of course, don't listen to the Phantom Menace, because the Phantom Menace are just a bunch of complaints. I'm talking about the actual people who play the game. Because the Phantom Menace rarely ever played the game, and they constantly complain. Okay? But for example, the whole name change was completely stupid. The whole McCree name change, that was completely utterly stupid. They sort of have changed the name. It's like, Nintendo was like, oh yeah, we changed the game, we named Mario after the Landlord, after Miyamoto's Landlord. Mario's name must be changed because that's offensive. Okay? Yeah, that's an actual. Mario is actually named after Miyamoto's Landlord, if you didn't know that. But why change the character's name? That's the. And another, yeah, Overwatch needs to stop giving in to Twitter. Okay? And don't give in to the Phantom Menace either. They're basically the opposite side of Twitter. Okay? And don't listen to those guys. Because the Phantom Menace, they just want big boobs. That's all they care about. Okay? They don't care about the actual gameplay. Okay? So what to do is just appeal towards try to bring back the casual audience. Of course, you're going to lose casual audiences to, of course, other games over time. That's going to be doing. But keep your casual fan base, of course, the people, 90% people who play the game, who play the game for fun, not to, oh my god, I have the blah, 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 blah. I'm the best at the game because, okay? And make it easier for players to play the game, okay? And of course, one thing I think they should fix is competitive. Competitive is complete trash, okay? We all know how competitive is, okay? Competitive is basically luck-based. People say, oh, but competitive is pure skill-based. No, it's fucking luck-based. Why is competitive fucking luck-based? I'll tell you fucking why, okay? If you have never played competitive before, you will be unranked, okay? And yeah, you have that one well player that can actually carry a whole team. But if you have players that's logging off because they don't give a shit, or players that's throwing the game, okay, that to be revoted, that to be avoided. They should be kicked out, banned, and match restarted, because people shouldn't be forced to stay on bronze or silver, or bronze and silver, because of the fault of a few players. That is just completely and utterly stupid. Okay? I bet it's the same thing that happens to lots of players. Players that should be like gold, silver, but they're stuck in bronze because they keep being put with, completely garbage teams. Okay? That, throw the game, quit the game. Okay? Because they're not winning. Okay? I'm not talking about players that get forced into a match and don't want to play them. I'm talking about people who are basically who don't care, who don't take the game seriously. Okay, those people shouldn't being competitive. Okay. Okay. And I'm not gonna go into the extremely technical things like Diva should have one less, recharge. I mean, a lot of characters are already, pretty good, and actually are pretty balanced except for a few. And again, you're not gonna make everybody pick the same characters. It's mostly down to player's preference. Okay. Okay. Another character I think that, yeah, we know should be fixed is Doomfist. Okay, obviously Doomfist. You know, the whole point is Doomfist. Oh, he's a melee character. Okay, then give him a, then instead of giving him that garbage suit thing, actually make him like, you know, give him less retard for his melee attacks. Okay, Doomfist is a completely garbage character. Okay, you know, give him less retard so he can actually go mayhem against everybody. Okay, like it's very rare that you have an actual Doomfist that will actually do good because Doomfist is a very poorly built character. Okay, again, Doomfist is the whole point. He has a big fist to beat up people. Okay, make his retard less. Okay, and more people play as Doomfist. It's just that easy. And this is what I'm saying. Some characters, does the common sense change like Doomfist. Make May and Bastion tanks. That's a common sense thing, okay? Don't really need to fix Hanzo. Maybe bring back Scatter Arrow as another attack for Hanzo. I know a lot of people hate Scatter Arrow, but bring it, like, for example, Diva has 3 things, so bring back Scatter Arrow for Hanzo. Maybe I just want to bring back Scatter Arrow. That's to piss off that one YouTube channel that is they're one of the only channels that still play Overwatch that is vaguely popular. And again, his favorite character is May. But again, May is just a bad character overall because of how bad she is. Okay? And people put on May tank ideas in the past. And maybe make characters like Symmetra, like actual, and the other support, and like the support / hero class, okay? Give her like the whole, or you can just not give back Peggy her seal thing and give Symmetra like a healing thing, but I don't think they'll do that. So, you know. And another franchise I want to fix, of course, is Pokemon, but I'll get to that on a different day. Fixing Pokemon, I think, is much more difficult than fixing Overwatch at this point, considering how Game Freak basically ruined Pokemon for practically everyone. And it's to the point where I don't want to buy Pokemon games anymore. That's how bad Pokemon has gotten. Well, I don't want to buy Pokemon anymore. But a lot of characters don't really have to be fixed. Like, the actual gameplay doesn't have to be fixed. Like, just make them, like, certain characters stronger or weaker. Okay, and then there are some characters like Zai that just don't fit my gameplay. Or Sombra. I don't really play as Sombra ever. Okay. But yeah, in terms of characters, okay, I fixed Baptiste. No character thing to be fixed. Okay. Like, for that grenade thing, give an option for healing and DPS. I think that like certain other characters, like Lucio, you have an option for speed and non-speed. For that grenade thing, let's give a function where it gives him grenade damage or healing. You can see Baptiste. Yeah, you can definitely add because Diva has 3 things. Diva has 3 things. Diva has the boost, the missiles, and the shield. You can easily give a swap for healing and DPS for Baptiste. No one picked hero. Fucking hell. We're gonna lose. Okay. And number 1, of course, they actually were trying to fix the whole DPS queue problem. I don't know if it worked. But yeah, fixing Overwatch. Fix some characters that are complete garbage. Okay, make them viable. Okay. Like Smash Bros, you're not gonna make Widow Mac viable. Of course, there's always be characters that are gonna be the worst. But make them actually viable in the game. Like Bastion, May, of course, Baptiste. Whereas a lot of people don't play as Baptiste. That guy's playing as Baptiste, but, you know. Baptiste sucks because he's just confusing to play as. Okay. And maybe make certain characters all... And add one more thing is make Winston's all better. Come on, guys. Okay, Winston's all is complete garbage. Okay, one more thing is fix Winston's all. Okay. Winston's ult is complete garbage. Okay, he does no damage for a gigantic gorilla that's beating you up. And, we'll make us have a better ult, but, that's beyond the day. And I think what they should really do is listen to the community. Not just Overwatch League, okay? Not just Overwatch League, not just the elites who are good at gaming, okay? Yeah, listen to both. Listening to both is good, but not just, like, all they ever do is listen to Overwatch. They don't listen to the casual player base. All they do is try to please Overwatch League, and even then, Overwatch League is still failing, so, you know, you know, well, let's just compare this game. Again, I don't really like playing TF2 that much because TF2 is difficult. Okay, TF2 is a very difficult game compared to Overwatch. Because, again, TF2 is on PC. And again, if you want, I played TF2 back in the day on the Xbox, but I doubt people still play TF2 on the Xbox. Maybe like 5 people play TF2 on the Xbox. Because I don't really play PC games. Okay, I don't really play. Sometimes I play PC games. But most of the time I don't play PC games because it just hurts my hand. Which is why most of my gameplay, which is why most of my time for Civ 5 and EU4 actually come from AI only battles I try to make. Not actually playing the games. If ever Hearts of Iron 4, I try to make it have AI only battles. Okay, but the problem is that make the game more balanced and of course make the game more accessible for casual players. And there's one last thing: make Overwatch free to play. I don't know why they haven't done this yet. No, now a lot of people. For example, lots of games are going free to play. Halo's free to play. Call of Duty's free to play. Fortnite's free to play. I don't know if Valorant's free to play, but a lot of games that are popular, a lot of FPS games that are popular now, are free to play. Okay, Overwatch is not going to compete with games that are free to play. Because a free to play game is much more popular. Call of Duty Warzone is very popular. And actually more popular than the mainline Call of Duty games. Okay, Halo Infinite's very popular. It's free to play. Okay, Fortnite has still been very popular. Okay. Overwatch, of course, lagged behind. I'm not saying that everything, I'm not going to promote like, oh, everything should be free or blah, blah, blah. But Overwatch should be free to play. I think that should be an easy change. No one's still playing. Yeah, go to rules. There's a boy Mac and no one picked Hero. But make Overwatch free to play. And it isn't that hard. But again, with of course fine with Microsoft, maybe it's making some sense into Blizzard, who are the developers of the game. Hopefully they do. Okay. And they treat the game more like Halo, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and other FPS. And not, like, oh my god, let's be the next esport. Okay. Call of Duty and Halo have been popular esports for a decade already. Okay. And they don't focus only on esports. They focus on both casual and esports. Okay. That's what makes Call of Duty and Halo successful throughout the years. Okay. They focused on all audiences. Same thing on Smash Bros. Okay. Smash Bros can be both played competitively and casually. For Overwatch, it's very hard to play casually. Okay. And next thing they have to do is add something like in Halo and Call of Duty, where people can pick their own map. Again, some map like, of course, you know what maps I'm talking about. You know, the worst maps in the game. Where, of course, is the moon map. That's one of them, the moon map. Okay. I think one other map that everybody hates. Paris, that's the other one, Paris. Everybody hates that map. And of course, I could of course say, oh yeah, add more characters and more maps, but they're doing that in Overwatch too. I think to make so people don't forget about the game, other than dirty videos online, is just to fix the game and listen to the player base. Balance the game. Okay, it isn't that hard to balance a game of 32 characters. Nintendo was able to make a more balanced game of 80 characters. I'm talking about Smash Bros. Ultimate. Halo is more balanced in this game. Call of Duty is more balanced. I don't know about Fortnite, but Call of Duty and Halo I think are more balanced in this game. Okay. And you don't need to have any radical overhauls to Overwatch. You really don't. Okay, I'm not talking about, oh yeah, radical overhauls to Overwatch, radical changes to the gameplay. I don't want that. I want the game to stay Overwatch. I don't want, oh yeah, 10v10 or Battle Royale mode like some people suggest. Or, actually a Forge mode would be cool. We can edit stuff on the map and stuff, but we don't need a Battle Royale mode. We don't need a 10v10. All the kills of T-posing. That's like the worst match ever. Didn't even get to pick a character. But it's a simple common sense play. It's, common sense things and make the game more enjoyable. And of course, the game's bad reputation, with of course because of its heavy presence in esports, is also not that surprising. Again, a game like Smash Bros. Doesn't really have that good representation of esports, especially if Zero and Nintendo completely treating their player base a complete garbage. But again, with Nintendo and Smash Bros, they're no better than Blizzard. I keep comparing it to Blizzard, but we're mostly talking about the competitive, no, not competitive, the casual player base. Okay. But again, most people who play the game casually. Okay. And yeah, that's how you fix Overwatch. Yeah. The other franchise I think that needs to be fixed is fucking Pokemon. At this fucking point, is Pokemon worth saving? We'll find out later.